Hey Arnab, it's Nick Weber from CAI. I've been reviewing Stow, Massachusetts here, and there's definitely some work that needs to be done on the index mask. I've got here the production MXD. Sometimes I like to make the index mask a color. I feel like it helps a little bit more than just leaving it as white. And I just wanted to show you a couple examples. I've gone through the first dozen or so maps, and I've marked some points that I think could use some work. This is definitely a very convoluted town. They're showing a lot of stuff on abutting maps that probably don't need to be shown, but they want to see it. So if you look here, I've gone through and I've started to mark up. This is map 1. I'm just going to show you a couple examples. Over here we've kind of got some lines getting cut off, some text you can see. And I think this is a result of the negative buffer. And this is what I was trying to say in that previous email. I think the negative buffer would be best run right after you do your dissolve, because it looks like you guys go through, do some manual effort covering up pieces of text. But the minute you do that negative buffer, you now kind of start to show pieces of the text. I know it's kind of hard to see on screen, but once we print them, you can really get a good sense of the chunks and whatnot. It looks real choppy. Here's another couple pieces. Again, it doesn't look like much on screen, but it does when this is just all white space, and all of a sudden you kind of see some random black lines once it's printed on screen or on a piece of paper. You'll really start to kind of see. Something I've suggested in a couple of these points is to actually take the text or lines, take it out of tax map text and put it on neat lines. So here's an example. The old PDF, which I think I've got here. Yeah, here we go. Show just this resource protection limits line as well as the text to it. Because of how busy this map is underneath, you're seeing some property lines in here. You can kind of see some text. What I would recommend in this area would be to mask it all out and then put this text and this line on neat text and lines. Just this segment, I guess, of a line, and then also just this piece of text to kind of get rid of the garbage underneath that we don't want to display. I think I've called out enough points. Like I said, I don't see value in me going through every single map. I think you'll be able to go through. And this is basically what I'm doing. I'm just kind of panning around the maps on the edge. So I think the color adds a little help. So you can see here, I can kind of see some text. And we need to nudge that down a hair. But I basically just been panning around each map like this, looking at it. Here's another example of probably putting text on, neat text, because we're cutting the arrow off. I don't see a great way to adjust that mask to make things work. Yeah, just kind of pan through. I would maybe pull this off a little bit off the town line, so you have more white space. That looks good. And just kind of coming through. And then this was another area. They were inconsistent with what they're showing from abutting sheets. In this case, they're showing a whole little subdivision, where in other areas they don't show property lines. They only show some planning lines. If you spend a little time in this area just cleaning it up, you can kind of see where the index mask gets real tight on the lines, and then it's also maybe showing some text. But again, I think we're getting closer, but just a little fine tuning. Let me know if you have any questions. I'd be happy to do a screen share or anything with you. I'll talk to you later.